I butchered that name. Sorry. Greetings, 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 and welcome. Let me see. All right, I'm hoping that my links work for my guests to come through because we have a topic to discuss today. Hey, Rory. Let's see here. What's going on with my... Woo! UGC in the house.
Ooh. Let me try to get my angles. You can't see nothing but breasts.
Well, that's not a bad thing. You know, depending on who you're talking to, that might not be such a bad thing.
Okay.
It might not be. Y'all, excuse me for a second. What is going on? Y'all, UGC in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is SalkisRe. I'm an artist, an author, a poet, a spiritual advisor, life coach and medicine woman, founder and the ambassador of the Ugly Girls Club, where we refuse to be defined by how we look. So this platform is dedicated to all the misfit women of this world who have been trampled upon emotionally, some physically, because people are under this assumption that we don't deserve respect, we don't deserve love, we don't deserve admiration, we don't deserve preference, we don't deserve, what else don't we deserve? We don't deserve what other women are getting and experiencing because, we're not attractive enough. At least this is what the society is saying. And it's not just men. We know in the catacombs, and we understand very well that it is not just men who assume that we are not predisposed to have the things that we want. So we are under no delusion that what is this? The biases and the prejudices for colorism, featureism, fatism, ageism, baby mamaism, and all that stuff is a twofold. It's men on this side and women on this side perpetuating the same things and trying to pigeonhole us. So we are freeing ourselves from the pretense of men and women, because women help men be pretentious. If we want to be honest about that, women assist men on having this delusion that they do have preference. A lot of you ladies lie to these men about how magnificent they are. You big up their heads and then you send them on their way. And they become devils walking to and fro and up and down in the earth, terrorizing the rest of us because they really think they're more than what they actually are. So I blame women for all of that. Let's just blame women for all of that. So in the catacombs, a topic of discussion came up that I wanted to talk about here. Someone posted up a link to this show. Kiana, what's the name of the show again?
Ready to Love on Om.
Ready to Love on Om, and I think two of the contestants, if that's the proper word, are fluffy sisters, and so there's this debate about them actually, why are they even on the show, or that the men on the show are not checking for them because of their size, and it's this whole thing about who's pretty enough to want what they want, right? So that's the topic of discussion. And these women, because they're overweight, there's panel discussions about what they're deserving of, and that for the most part, bigger women are delusional. So I was like, well, what about big dudes? What about them? And because it's never discussed. Are big men delusional? Like what are our experiences with the fluffy male persuasion? Because there's so many negative things that are being said about women who are not the standard size, and how we are not the status quo. We have low value, low worth, and we basically should be dumpsters or trash receptacles for sperm. That's what we're being told. So Kiana, you wanna chime in a little bit and tell me what you think about fluffy men? So since we always discussing high value women and who ain't high value based on age, weight, babies, how many babies you have, how many body counts you have. Let's discuss what it's like, with fluffy men. If you want to get
Well, I am 10 tons of fun, but I don't want no fat ass man. I just don't. I
you
just
say
I just I just don't want nobody heaving and sweating all on top of me and catching muscle spasms, and he breathing hard and drinking hard and
Oh my gosh. So now don't you think it's unfair, since you say you call yourself 10 tons of fun? You don't find it unfair that you have this preference to not want a dude that's 10 tons of fun too? Because this is what the manosphere complains about too, They say, women want to be accepted for their fluff, but they don't want a man with fluff. So do you feel that, it's a little unfair? for us to.
No, because the guys that rejected me, I appreciate them. Like I can actually take them to dinner because once I got to know them, they should have rejected me because they weren't shit.
Okay.
So I appreciate it. But no, it's not. Cause
Okay.
who opposites attract? Cause how are you gonna be in a coupe car with looking like we got tinted windows and we mashed up against the window and then we rolling over, we both snoring in the middle of the night, nobody can't get no sleep, so we cranky, we tired. Then
Uh,
somebody mad because somebody done drank up less of the Kool-Aid. Like, no.
so
I
what's?
like but butter pecan ice cream. You can't like butter pecan ice cream. I'm gonna need you to like something else so you don't eat up my shit.
Oh my God! So that can only be one greedy person in a relationship. One
Fat
fluffy person.
dudes do not wear socks cute. I don't care what kind of socks. They long, short. The socks do not look good on big men. Then when they get them, when the drawers crunch up in the back, when them thighs catch them, and the drawers just kind of just don't flow. Mm-mm. Then another thing I don't like how like men don't gain weight like women do because if you have tell me one big man that you've seen, their shoes in the back didn't curl over.
Oh man. Okay.
See, a
That
big
is.
woman, we can hold our shoes
The
up.
shoes be on lean. The shoes do be on lean, but I mean, is that the worst thing to have a leaning
How we
shoe?
gonna run and then you gonna immediately break your ankle because your feet ain't up on the ground good? No, she ain't doing that.
Oh my gosh. Well, I dated big guys before. And I want to say, aside from the skid marks left on the toilet bowl, that there
Yes.
was that, that traumatized me. The skid marks on the toilet bowl, like you don't turn around and make sure, wipe the rim. Big dudes, I need for y'all to wipe the rim. Check around you.
And do you
And
want some juice after sex ass dudes? Somebody ain't got time for that. You want some juice? No.
yo.
How you gonna do it then?
Hi.
What's
I'm
going
just not
on?
gonna be able to do it.
I'm good. How are you guys? I'm sorry I'm late.
That's
And then
okay.
both of
I had
us
to go
gonna
get
have long
some.
breasts. Both of us gonna have long titties.
Ah!
So you got a baby. The baby don't know who to breastfeed on. No, she ain't doing that.
Wait a minute. So Keone said there can only be one set of long titties in a
When it's
relationship.
mine.
Okay, it can't have two sets of long titties in
No.
the.
The baby
Kiona,
all confused. Baby throwed off. Don't know who to breastfeed
comes.
on. No.
Yo, okay. So do the fluffy guys treat us better though? Are
No.
they? We consider them high value. They treat us better.
No, they do
They've
not.
treated me better.
They not.
They did. Did they? Talk. Tell us. Give us the deets on that. Give us the deets.
So I don't really go based off of looks when dating. So I've dated guys at all fitness levels.
Okay.
And two people stick out to me. I feel like they're nicer to me, even though one boyfriend I had, he was very, very sweet. He was very, very nice. We actually had to break up because he didn't come with other things, but treating me nice and with respect wasn't an issue. The other guy I've spoken about previously on this live, and I said that we went on a date. I didn't know he was, fluffy. I felt a little catfish.
You didn't
But
know. You couldn't hear him breathing hard on the phone?
On his profile from 10 years ago, he did one of those.
no, I worked with him a year ago. So a year ago, he seemed okay to me. He wasn't like slim, but he seemed
He was all right.
He was all right.
Borderline.
Yeah, and then when I saw him in person, I was like, oh, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But he did tell me that I think I told this before. He was with someone who liked him for who he was and all of those things, but he wasn't attracted to her.
Okay.
And he ended up cheating on her. He didn't tell me that.
Did he say why he wasn't attracted to her? Did he say
She was too big.
she was?
I think she was big. I don't know what. I don't know what. I don't know how she looked. I don't know anything other than that. But to me, I was like, maybe he was at his level. I would know. But because he was trying to come at me like, what bills do you have? Like, I didn't even ask for money. He was like ready to offer those things.
Yeah.
He told me he cheated on her because he didn't find her attractive.
Okay.
He dated her because I guess he was tired of, she was very willing to have a relationship, and I guess he was trying to hold, maybe I'll be attracted after a while or whatever, or grow an attraction or whatever thing, and that didn't necessarily work out because he ended up cheating on her.
Okay. So he
what?
Wait. I hear her. My wife. Y'all hear that?
Yeah, it was echoing.
Yeah, it's a little echo.
It's better now.
Okay. So basically, he wasn't fair or honest about the situation, about even him evaluating himself. Because you say he came a little fluffy, and he didn't like the girl that loved him because she was fluffy.
Right, and it made me realize how at that time, this was pre-UGC too, I was like, wow, men will want you to be, because even when I was sitting on a date, I personally didn't like his presentation.
Yeah.
And in fact, he was like Googling, like I caught him even staring at my breasts, and I was like, are you staring at my breasts right now? And he was.
Oh, you asked
it was
staring at your boobies?
It was a hot man. I mean, they're big, as we have discussed. But, but I was just like, you want me? In my mind, I was like, is this man realistic? I'm coming to this date presented how they say they want us to be presented as. And he is telling me he cheated on this girl that loved him, but he didn't like how she looked. And I'm looking across from him, looking at him. I'm like, but you're not looking hot right now.
You're not looking like what you sold me
as. You're looking like Professor Clump.
You are.
This was the one, remember I told you about the back of the head?
Yeah. With the scabs, with the eczema or something like that.
Oh, hell no.
Indie girl, I'm butchering names today, said there's a difference. There's different types of fluff. I feel the same way for women. So she's saying there's fluff and then there's mush. Maybe I don't know.
I feel like it's where the weight is and the distribution. Because what I noticed with that, because I'm not like a size 4, right?
Okay.
But and I have big boobs for my frame too, as well. But because of the shape, and I have a smaller waist, and whatever the case may be, it looks, it has a look that is still appealing. It's like the weight distribution.
Okay.
Right?
Weight distribution.
But I feel like in general, especially when it comes to men, I feel like, they're so wired based off looks alone. They can't see your personality or your soul or even care about those things. So they, generally speaking, if you're a certain weight or size, you will be tended to be overlooked or expected to put up with more.
Well, I saw a girl that looked like Godzilla in the face. She like something from Predator the Apes, and she was pregnant. So some of these dudes don't care.
No, because they will still sleep with you. I'm talking about
I remember for a long time, I didn't even see my vagina, and dudes was trying to get with me.
You said what?
I couldn't even see my vagina for years. I couldn't even see. I had to get a mirror, and they were still trying to hunt me. So these dudes don't be caring.
They care when it comes to
another thing. I need these people to stop doing. Men, stop asking fat girls to send you pictures of their poom poom. We can't see it.
Wait a minute.
Arms are short.
Wait. Hold on.
Let me drink some water on that one.
They
Send me a pussy pic. I can't. I ain't seen my own. How you gonna see?
Fiona is guns blazing today.
My arms are short.
Hold on.
His arms don't grow. His arms are short. We can't get down there.
So you're saying you have a problem with sending poom pics because your arms.
It's a struggle. My breasts all up in my throat. I'm trying to take a picture. I'm out of breath, and as soon as I flash it, my thighs close back up. So then he thinking it's my vagina, but it's my inner thigh. It's too much.
Since we're talking about sex stories, I just want to throw mine in there after a while.
Oh my God, I'm in tears.
Let's talk about it, honey.
So we got a short arm problem. When you big, we got the short arm problem. We can't spread nothing, because the arms can't box with God,
But
because now they got this outfit. Because now they got these wrestler outfits for the girls. Because I tell what y'all say, these tight outfits are like wrestler uniforms. Girl advertising in, showing their vagina prints. And I'm like, I ain't seen mine, so maybe I need to get some duct tape, get a good girl, pin it down, and see how my print gonna come across. But don't ask for no more pictures from fat girls. It's hard for us to try to take a picture. It's a struggle. Do that.
Oh, all right. Sunny, I know you got war stories.
Okay, well,
a lot of road, a lot of mileage going on here. So you want to share what your experience with the big fluffy dudes? What you think?
I think big dudes are full of shit. And there's this one guy. When we got undressed, we were the same body frame. I mean, he just had a phallus, and it's like I had to hold his stomach up like crutches. I'm like, yeah, they need to quit giving us big girls hell. We the shit. We been the shit. We'll be forever be the shit. Okay.
Period.
So wait,
some of us got to catch that wind. Some of us got to catch that wind though.
That's true.
Some big girls, when they fly down, big girls, drink water, please.
Lots of water.
Because when you flop down and that wind come up, it should not be a surprise. It should smell like flowers, berries, baby powder. Hell, I'll take the sugar perfume. I'll take Calvin Klein, but anything but funk. Don't do that to us. Represent, okay?
Some of these big dudes too now. Like the one I had to hold his stomach up like crutches, and he had my legs all back. I'm like,
no, I would immediately take his attention to a Philly steak and cheese sandwich and got him up off of me. That wouldn't.
My war, I used to work for the Salvation Army because that's what I was doing. Okay, and I quit doing that. Okay, I'm done.
Hell, I would have too. You got a muscle spasm, your arms all cramped up.
Can we go back to you having to hold his stomach up like with crutches or something like that?
It's like Salkis. They love to talk about big girls and stuff like that. Like on, I didn't see the show, but I seen that clip, that 11-minute clip which was a whole bunch of nothing to me because I didn't understand what the guy was saying. But I had the whole old boy stomach like crutches. He had a C cup just like I did. His thighs were thick like mine. He had don't like me, and he had rolls. I'm like, it was traumatic, Fiona. That's why I'm in therapy now. But thank you, Salkis. It was just a lot. It was too much. It was too much.
God killed a visual. God killed a visual. I'm just picturing it.
And then my bed is only a full size, and you messing that up.
You just remind me like somebody that's been in a earthquake and the building just collapsed on them. They trying to hold up.
It was charity. I work for the Salvation Army. It was charity.
Girl, you need to sue them if you can.
Yo, wrong for that. I'm not doing that anymore. It was bad.
Listen. I got snot running out my nose. I can't. Let's pace this thing out. So listen. Are there any good points to being with a big dude? Y'all just totally against being with the big dudes. It's just not happening.
I want a person to accept me because I don't want to diet. But I have a double standard because I don't want no big ass opposites attract.
I mean, we get to eat. I ain't got to worry about cooking.
I ain't got to. I cook
I
myself.
like cuddling.
Yeah, cuddling and
He was warm.
Cuddle. Girl,
They be warm. They be warm. Like
you don't
need
like
no
that, like all
electric
that body
blanket.
heat.
I like the extra body heat. I like the extra body heat. So is there a certain way you want the weight distributed with a big dude? Like, is there a no to how the weight is distributed? Is it that thing?
I don't want his dunk bigger than mine. I know that for sure. Or his thighs bigger than mine. Okay. So there's this other guy. Okay, another war story. He had a lot of belly, but when it was time to, perform, the belly went in and fellas came out. I said, okay, so this is like a circus trick. It's in your bellies. And then he just sucked it in. I said, oh, okay, it is. So I got my leg and I was like, yeah.
Oh,
God.
It was amazing. I mean,
So what? His stomach deflated and then his thing grew.
It was hiding in the belly, Salkis. It was in his belly. All men are not like that, though. I mean, I want to feel protected. Give me a Gerald Levert type, like football player. Like it could be in your belly and your arms, but if I have to get reinforcements and duct tape to hold your belly back, and so
I just don't want the all hell moment when we come to the restaurant.
That
walk in and they say all hell. I don't want that.
Wait, say that again. You don't want what?
I don't want the all hell moment.
Oh,
go to the restaurant and you walk up to the host stand and they look like, oh hell. I don't want that.
Okay.
And another thing, as big people, we have to stop doing. Please, this is a PSA. Stop telling people you don't eat that much. Yes, you do.
You won't.
Yes, we do.
Okay, we love to eat.
Come on, we don't eat that much.
So you saying you need to just accept the volume of food that you like. Just accept yourself.
When I go shopping, I look for elastic. If I don't see that, then I move to the next thing.
You said what? When you go shopping?
Elastic around the waist. If I don't see that, that's not for me. I'm not going to just be like, ooh, I don't know why I'm big and running my family. No, it don't. No, it does not. Unless somebody horse feeding you in your sleep, you eat.
I mean, I don't mind going to the buffet,
No.
eating and stuff. But
that rag don't bother you. That white rag when they come through, and and you don't sweat that white rag on your food.
The what? The
white rag. You know when they clean them buffet things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you meant a white wash rag, like when he goes.
No, them white wash rags that embarrass you.
Oh.
A white wash rag will embarrass you because, baby, they will call. Oh, they'll put you all on blast. You've been using them body sponges, body washers. Use a white wash rag. It's gonna show you what you're really working with.
Mm-hmm.
So have y'all, like, when you're dating big men, have you come out and told him that he wasn't really your type, but you kind of giving him a shot, that kind of thing? You know how they do to us. Like,
well,
I don't really date your kind, but you intrigue me.
The one that I went on a date with, that actual date that we sat down and talked, I did say that I'm not attracted to you.
You told him that?
Yeah.
And how was that? Was that well received? Was that
no?
What?
No.
No.
I felt like because it was a different situation because he lived out of town and he flew in. It sounds so bad, but he flew in for the weekend we were supposed to eat and then go do this whole itinerary. And you guys know I like to go to the zoo and the museum and stuff, so we're supposed to do those things.
Yeah.
We sat down at breakfast and I was just like, I can't go. I feel bad because he spent all this money to fly out here, get his own hotel and everything because he wasn't staying at my house. And I felt bad, but I was like, you know what? I don't want him to spend any more money taking me to the rest of the places where we're going if I already determined that, we're not going any further. So I said, yeah, I don't know what it is, because I felt bad too, because my previous boyfriend to him was fluffy, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's not that I'm superficial. It's just that I'm not attracted to him in particular. So I said, I don't think, I'm not attracted to you. I said it just like that. I'm not attracted to you.
Okay.
And I felt like I saw him slowly mentally breaking down in front of me, to the point where I was like, okay, I'm watching the cutlery on the table, because I was like, maybe he'll
see what you can grab first.
maybe he'll stab me or something. And he had to drop me back off to where I was staying, and he started almost like crying in the car. Like, it was really bad.
You broke his heart. Shame on you.
And then afterwards, I felt bad, so I texted him, because I guess he changed his flight to fly back, because obviously I wasn't going on the date or anything anymore.
Yeah.
And he started being nice, nasty, very passive aggressive, very like, you're not a horrible person, but
yeah.
So then I blocked him.
Yeah. So
my honesty was not rewarded.
It wasn't.
Well, my experience, the guy wanted me to always carry big purses. We was going to go see a movie, and he wanted me to carry snacks, and I didn't like that.
See, I like carrying snacks to the movie.
Wow.
Why, did you feel like he was offending you? Like, assuming because you were big that you would want to carry the snacks? Is that what you took from that?
I think I'm bougie anyway, so I don't want to be carrying. I want to order popcorn from there.
That's
I don't want to go expensive ass. $20
popcorn.
Yeah, because we sitting up in there, and he had a backpack, and you could just hear cans. You didn't even get a bottle. You can hear the can cracking. She don't do that. You opening the can slowly.
So what do y'all think about what these men say about women and bigger women in general, not facing the reality that we should, in that our choices are limited, and we should kind of settle. Like what do y'all
fake? Because he be the same dudes that behind closed doors want to get on top of me. They would still give me money when I ask for it, but in public they want to say, "Oh, you're not 150 pounds," but I'm the same person that walk past you when in Baccarat Rouge 540 and your thing get hard.
Thank you.
And another thing, what you cooking? Nothing.
Okay.
Because I've had men that look good, went to the gym, and was still like, can you touch your toes? I can't. Ain't.
This is what I think about the issue. I think that anybody, or at least what we learned, you shouldn't be questioning anybody and challenging anybody on what they want. What they want is what they want. Somebody will buy it. If it's not you, let them. But at the same time, I also like to look at the world realistically. And I do feel as though, because of the society we live in and because of men's nature in general, even if they are attracted to you at that size, because it is, men like, their ego and all this other stuff, they still won't even claim you publicly, or they will feel fine with just having you as someone they have sex with and not necessarily someone to wife. Because I know a lot of big girls who end up in that problem where the men will have no problem having sex with them.
Yeah.
And anything as far as provisions, as far as commitments or anything seriously, it's like a problem.
Big women, we're about our money because we already know what the game is. And it's not too many big women.
What's the game, Kiona? Y'all said big women know what the game is. What is the game?
The game is that they don't want us. Not publicly. Because I mean, I can have a dude get on top of me and get off in 10 minutes. He ready to get back on because I know that, I know it's good, right? So
that's a breakthrough right there. So I felt somebody's spirit lift up out of their body. That's
hit the Cash App for those of you who want to bless the church. Hit the Cash App.
Hit the Cash App on that.
So for me,
because I know your soul.
Yeah, so for me, I'm gonna get more than a wet behind and an empty, a wet behind and an empty hand. You're gonna pay me because I already know that you don't want me. I already know that you're gonna look at the other girl with the nice booty and the funky breath and the musky pussy with the bad hair weave, right? With the stank attitude, and then you're gonna come over here, right? I get it. I get it that her secretions smell like a fish and mine don't. I get it. But at the same time,
wow.
So other things, oh, you smell good. What am I supposed to smell like? Muskrat pussy?
Ooh,
I'm supposed to smell good.
Yo, my ad money just went to hell. I'm not getting no ad money off of this.
Yeah, bless the Cash App.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Salkis. You added. I'm sorry. I ain't been delivered yet.
It's a done deal now. We might as well go to the. Might as well go to the abyss. Oh my!
Bleep me out.
Not to equate big with obese, however, look at my 600-pound life. Most of those people are partnered.
That's all I'm saying. My brother.
And paid.
Girl. Ooh, men are delusional and they just want to sell this narrative so they can beat women down. But at the end of the day, there's so many big girls in the town that I live that got excursions, the nicest cars, kids that are married and get paid. And I have to book my spa visit around them because they all up in there at one time. So this is BS. Men just want to move the goalpost to what appeases them, but they're not looking in the mirror.
All right. Ashley says anything over 200 pounds is too much, depending on your height for a female. It is not about a man. It's about your health and the message you are sending to your children. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I think she's crazy. Because you can't tell me that over 200 pounds is too much. It's too much for you. But if I want to be 10 tons of fun, that's who I am because I don't have diabetes. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have high blood pressure. I'm literally fat. And when I go get blood work, they constantly test me because they don't believe it. And it's mainly my breasts.
Thank you.
So you can't tell me, no, that's your preference.
All right.
Anyway, I know someone that's in my family throughout the Caribbean. You know how men, they want all these wives and all this thing. And my dad just sat there and looked at him like, you don't have enough money to take care of 10 wives. So he ended up settling with a woman out of, I'm changing the location, South Carolina. This woman is 6'3", 300 pounds with a laser eye. And that's who he married. And they have a house together. And they've been together ever since I was 10 years old.
Wow. So they have longevity and everything in spite of.
And if you see this gentleman in my family, which is like an older brother of mine, look at you. Yeah. I remember all the women that you used to be with when I was coming up. I'm like, but look who you settled for, though. Men have just moved the goalposts. They want to have access to different kind of women, so they're trying to throw you off for the time being, only to turn around and come back to what they say they don't want. When a man say he don't want a big woman, that's a lie. That's who he want. Because you have to chase that skinny woman, honey. You know I'm home. I'm big. I'm home.
Oh, wow.
I'm home. The food's home. All that is home. I'm in the garden with my sunflowers and plants and things of that nature. It's a lie. Salkis, Kiki, Goddess, I know what I'm saying. It's a lie. They got a house and everything. Ben had that house. And guess what? She works. She doesn't have to.
So they keep on saying health. Okay, so let's talk about it.
First of all,
people who are skinny that have diabetes.
Thank you.
So when they say, oh, because you're fat, you're automatically unhealthy. That doesn't mean that.
has diabetes. If
that's the thing that bothers me is we're all gonna die. Now, whether my casket has to be carried out by a bulldozer or I'm able to have pallbearers, that's a different situation.
Oh my
God. You can't say, oh, you fat, health problems, you're gonna die too. My cat's is gonna be bigger than yours, or we still up out of here. So give me a break, people.
Honey, man, I tell you, they keep moving the goalposts. I don't pay them no attention because it's all a fantasy to them. Well, let's talk about the things about these big guys. Reinforcements, crutches, the smell. I got rolls, you got a whole bakery. It smells, and I'm like, come on now, come on.
That to me is one of my, my main issues. Because size isn't really an issue; it's the smell. It's
Salkis, it smells like muskrat mixed with sewer, mixed with hot water with bleach that ain't been changed. It smelled like wet carpet with asbestos. It's not a pretty smell. I was doing charity. I need my check.
I smell some big men that had the whole bottle of cologne on, but it's still the size for me. I'm sorry. I know I'm big.
Smell.
I really don't think there's anything wrong with somebody big. It's just as long as they keep the schmegma in check. Like what the wipe, you got to carry baby wipes with you, man wipes with you, or something, powder, something. You just got to make sure the hygiene is on point. And I think you got a chance. Anybody has a chance, no matter how you look, as long as you take care of yourself. I think that's the bottom line with anything, is taking care of yourself. My only argument is that for big women to be told that their options are limited from the gate because of their size, and I'm like, and usually the men who are saying this, y'all seen the men who are saying this? Let's talk about the men who are saying this.
They raggedy.
Hamburger.
They raggedy.
Hamburger and French fries on that,
and vegan cheese. I'm telling you,
they don't.
They raggedy.
It ain't nothing that you walk down the street and go, damn. It don't be none of them. And they have all this criteria for weight, age, no kids, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you coming with apologies. You walking into this relationship having to apologize to me, and you have the nerve to say these are the parameters for you, when you have to tell me I'm sorry because the erection ain't on point. You're not.
But you know what? My first vibrator, a big guy bought it for me. A glue in the dark.
A glow in the dark.
Where he bought it from?
He bought it from the bookstore, but he wore a 16 in the shoe, but his private was like maybe a 6.5. So that troubled me, because like, how big is his hands and how big is his feet, and he's sitting up there looking like he's some kind of Shaquille O'Neal, but his area was nowhere near that. And so don't go off of that too, ladies. Big hands, big feet.
Like that.
So height, you can't really judge based on the height.
I don't think you can judge any man's anything based off of how they look, because I've been surprised by men who I thought would be a certain way, and it didn't look like that, and the men who I thought wouldn't did.
Okay,
standard.
Tell us who surprised you, as far as you thinking it was going to be spectacular, and it wasn't. What did they look like? Break it.
Go last. I got stories for years to come.
I don't know. Like every guy is just so different. I can't even. I'm just looking in my mind. I can't even pick any like. Okay. It's like by attitude, like the guys who I felt like, okay, he gonna deliver.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. And then the guys who are like, oh, I'm probably gonna have to train him up, like blew me out the water. So I was just like, okay, or the guys who were, I remember my ex-fiance, he was super skinny. I was like, okay, he probably have a decent, and it was just like.
So was there any characteristic that you could think of at all that made you assume that this was going to be fantastic when it wasn't?
I feel like maybe the guys who I felt like were putting on the swag very well,
yeah,
they tend not to deliver.
Oh.
The guys who were like really nice and like sweet, you're like, okay, those are the ones.
Oh, the
Only
sleeper
thing
cell.
I can say. Yeah, that's the only thing. So like the guys who like oversell, I guess.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't too much physical. It was more of the verbiage, like
The energy.
the energy. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So do big dudes have good energy, you think? Or are they kind of
I don't think it's a size thing because, like I said, I've dated a guy who was big and he was great to me. And then I went on a date with a guy who wasn't, and he was
Okay,
just
so he was great to you. So if y'all was laying in bed and you wanted to go get something out the refrigerator, who had to go get it?
I'll make him go and do it.
Oh, well, he was a good man because most of them I talked to was lazy. Like, ooh, can you give me
I know
something
he
to
was
drink?
lazy,
Hell
but I
no.
was
Excuse me, no, I cannot. I cannot.
there was some element of laziness there, but
you basically like you have no choice?
yeah.
Go get me my beer.
Okay.
Go get me my Budweiser. Oh my gosh. So for the most part, are we advising women not to deal with fat men, just like the brothers advise men not to deal with fat women? Or are we basically telling sisters don't even do it? It's a waste
I
of
No,
advise
I'm telling them
women.
to. I advise them to date whomever likes them. I just don't recommend a big man like me because it's not gonna be the best experience.
I recommend to make the best decision for yourself and look beneath what is being presented to you with every man, tall, dark, fat, skinny, whomever. Look, assess everything beneath surface value.
right.
Agreed. I feel the same way.
And my
Yeah.
sister's a positive. I'm not like that. I want to be accepted as being a big woman with hygiene, but I don't want a good big man with hygiene. I want the opposite of me.
Yeah, I like
So
some
you
skinny
want
or in
6-pack
between.
abs? You want 6-pack abs, Fiona? That's it.
No.
With abs.
I want a regular looking man. I want a regular looking body with an ugly face and a big bank account.
Oh, wait a minute. You want an ugly face?
Yeah, Shabba Ranks.
You want someone look like
Shabba Ranks.
you want somebody
Shabba
to look
Ranks
like
is so fine. Ooh,
okay.
Shabba Ranks is just so fine. I could just see him coming through the bushes of Congo with a machete, just cutting me some fresh sugar cane and just, oh my God.
Yo,
Oh, okay.
she
So
said that fresh sugar cane too.
fresh one, not the fried one.
It
Not
just
the
brought a tear to my eye.
the cane. You say you got a tear in your eye.
Yeah, I want so black to where like the skin at the bottom of your feet be pink. It's just light. Ooh, that's just nothing like an ugly man.
Wow.
I don't want no cute dude.
I digress.
I don't want no fat or cute dude. They can walk right past me.
So wait, a cute dude can walk right past you?
Shoot, me and Shamar Moore can be first cousins.
So attractive men don't get you going at all. Like
I don't like them. They're not for
how
me.
the rest of you feel? Like do attractive men turn you on or no? You don't know?
Attractive men I do find visually appealing, but there's a difference between attractive and then like pretty men. Pretty men I don't like.
Okay, can we give me an example of a pretty man? Is there an example you can give me so I can get a bit who's pretty out here?
All right, Michael Ealy is pretty, right?
Who?
Michael Ealy.
Who's Michael Ealy?
He is fine. Michael Ealy is so sexy.
Who's Michael Ealy?
He has those bluish eyes. I don't know. You might have to Google that real quick.
Think
but
like a
He
man.
was in a
Think like a
movie.
man.
Hold on.
He was in Think Like a Man.
Think
He
Like a
was,
Man.
I think, Taraji's counterpart in that.
Oh, I never saw that.
And then I'm attracted to Idris Elba. He's attractive, but he's not pretty. I don't put him in a category of pretty. He looks scruffy.
He's not pretty.
He's
rough.
I think he's handsome. Like he's
Yeah. So I don't like pretty. Pretty to me,
I like Seal. I think Seal is handsome.
pretty
Mhm.
to me, Seal. She
Seal.
said Seal.
okay.
Because the guys who are
British
pretty,
black
I feel like they have too much feminine energy. It's like they're trying to be the woman in the relationship.
Wait.
Trying to compete.
I gotta tell my story. So after the crazy cop in college, there was this one dude I liked for like 3 years, and then he finally gave me a chance, and he came up to my apartment. This is pre-UGC, of course. I could have got killed, but I was sitting on the couch, we was talking. He's like, I just want to see your place just the way it is. I'm like, okay. I'm like, by the time you notice me, I've been here for 3 years. He went into my bathroom, y'all, and I was sitting there. I'm like, he ain't flushed the toilet. I don't hear no water running. So I just bounced over to the because in order to get in my room at the time where I was staying, you had to pass the bathroom. I peeked in there, y'all. He had my mascara on. He was spraying my Victoria's Secret, and I was like, "What are you doing?" If you watch,
hell no.
he's like, "Oh, I like to smell good." I'm like, "But you wearing my mascara?" He was like, "Oh, you didn't know I was bi?" I said, "I know now. Get out!"
Oh my God.
And I kicked him out, and I was like, "What the hell? What?"
Yo, you can't be serious. That's how he told you? That's how he told you, what?
I was in between like extra horny and like oh yeah, I'm finna hit this. But he was in there spraying that Victoria's Secret. You know that pear one that back in the day?
Yeah.
Doing the mascara. I'm like, what the fuck is he on?
He's getting ready for you.
Salkis, those pretty boys. And I'm like, what's up with Salkis? Yeah.
Yo.
For those of you who need Salkis, you can go to theuglygirls.com and you could book a session with Salkis to help your mind, honey. Become an ugly girl. Divest from beauty. And get the hamburgers on the way out, too. Oh, it was too much. It was too much, y'all.
Yeah, a commercial break, y'all. Get your tools. Anybody who is visiting here for the first time, we are on Patreon now. Go there. It is live and popping on Patreon. We have private videos and exclusive content on there. You can ask questions, interact with people. So go and subscribe, become a member of our Patreon page, the Ugly Girls Club. I think the link. Do I have a link up?
Yeah, you have the link, and also bless the Cashapp, y'all. Bless the Cashapp. Salkis out here is changing lives. People
and for those who want to join the catacombs, to go to the uglygirlsclub.com. That is our official website. You can sign up for group coaching. We do weekly live private group coaching, and you can talk about whatever you want, get any problem solved. It goes deep, raw, and uncut in there. So if you're ready to invest in that kind of healing, let's say, go to the uglygirlsclub.com and sign up for group coaching there too. So we got you. And go to ugctools.com, and there's 4 essential ebooks that every one of you, especially those of you who are on here who are new to this whole concept, you need to get that to familiarize yourself with this thing. Get your mind right. This is a mental level up here. You can go somewhere and find out what kind of lipstick you're supposed to wear, but it's mental level up here. So you're not getting played out here in these streets no more, because we ain't got time to be scammed by nobody no more. That money, money, no money, because they all come in with their hand out and the other hand behind their back. They all, whether he got money or not, he doesn't want to give you anything unless you require it, unless you ask for it. That's the bottom line. And you have to be in the mind space. You have to be in the mental space and say, you know what? I'm entitled to this. And be unwavering, not quivering, not shaky about it, not, I want to be fair, and I don't want him to think that I'm a gold digger and all this kind of stuff. Like any of that even matters. I told you ladies before that morality in a relationship is what you bring to it. So you can't so what does that mean? That means that there is no man that should be able to shame you. Not for how you look or for what you want. Because the morality you enjoy with any man is the morality that you bring. I did a poll the other day where I asked her what was the most important thing. Was it to be loved? Was it a good character? And I think the other one was for him to be attractive or something. And I think like 70 or 80% of you said good character. I'm like, what are y'all not listening? Y'all clearly are not.
Well, they're not in the
getting
catacombs, so they're not able to get that white linen dining, that 5-star dining. So
well,
get a
I
little
was
glimpse of YouTube.
like good character. We always want this spirituality stuff. We always driven by this spiritual stuff. And then when you ask the man what you want, he wants you to have a big butt. He wants you to make him a sandwich, and he want to put some throat babies on your tonsils. That's what he want to do.
Throat baby.
Throat baby.
I can't even do
Where are the lies?
You know, I need him to love me and want to go to church and God sharing and all that kind of stuff. And God, you were about to be a first lady of a church, and he wasn't looking for no church one.
That's true.
I know he a hoe, so it is what it is.
Well, them pastors don't want to talk about God. They trying to get something else.
Girl, that's a lie for another day. Stories for
But
years.
The thing is like we are, whether me as a full figure woman, I want to be accepted. I want an affluent man. I want a man to see me. But ideally, when you're dealing with the status quo, they're going to see it like, oh, well, she's not it. So that's why, for me, the Ugly Girls Club is home, because I'm not afraid of nobody.
Hello.
I can have the same thing as anybody walking. This world is mine and everything is in it. You know? And so therefore, I just have a double standard because I don't want no big men. I just don't.
Is it wrong to have a double standard though?
No, because they have one for you.
X.
Run it!
Telling you.
So if they can have their requirements and standards and delusions, so can we.
Okay.
And I'm expensive, and I know I don't make any apologies for it.
God, it's like, when did you come to that conclusion of, okay, they have the standards and there's really nothing, the double standard thing is what it is. Like, when did you resolve any kind of conflicts with the whole right or wrong in relationships?
For me, it's just the understanding that, even going back to that example, when I was on the date with the guy and he was looking like crust,
Ooh.
and I was looking good, and you had a woman who they claim all you want is someone to love, cook, clean, do all these things. You said you had that. And because she didn't look a certain way, you cheated on her. And you said that. I didn't put those words in your mouth. You said you were not attracted to her and that led you to cheat. So, but you're here expecting, with that being the case, the reason you're dating me is because you're attracted to me. Yeah. But you already had someone who was giving you love and support and showing up for you, right? Yeah. So if they can have the double standard, which it would be in his case, he doesn't look like what he's trying to fish for.
Do they ever though?
Yes.
Right. Or because I feel like a lot of the stuff with the men and the things that are going on right now is just they're frustrated. They're frustrated because they want what they want, but they either don't have the money or the looks or whatever it is where they're coming up short to really go after the woman that they really want, because the men who do have those things are not complaining. Okay. They're getting the woman that they want.
He cannot wear flip-flops.
With socks.
Oh, Wisdom, you giving all these compliments, but I saw you was
have anything between his toes.
You was trying to shoot your shot with Ashley. With her
I don't
profile
think a man should have anything. A man should not have anything between his toes is in my face.
Ooh. Okay, so no flip flops with socks. You said so he has to
no
be
flip flops at all.
Yeah, that's so. Oh,
he doesn't necessarily have to look handsome in the face, but he should have a sense of style. Is that what you're saying?
He cannot. He cannot look handsome in the face with me.
Honey, I got an ugly man story. I'm ready when y'all are. Ugly men some of them are the worst. This is a disclaimer. Some ugly men, y'all a problem too. Yeah, ugly men are a problem. I have gotten my feelings hurt the worst by
unattractive men. I got to be honest. By unattractive men, because you don't see it coming. You're like, listen, we're about on the same level. I know you're not going to abuse me. And then they come around and they play head game. A lot of times these unattractive guys got serious head game skill going on. And you be really in a slump because you like, yo, I'm giving you my vagina out of charity. And you
Salvation Army.
Oh my God, this is Salvation Army vagina here. And you taking it for granted. I don't even want to do it with you. And you got insults. Where they do that at?
Men are appreciative. I don't know what they want. My only question is, when is the spaceship gonna be ready? And I'm gonna grab my sunflowers and we just could go, because I'm kind of mentally exhausted about it, because they all the way over here in the women's sphere. That ain't got nothing to do. Stay over there. Do what a man's supposed to do. Whatever y'all supposed to do. You know.
Learn how to chop wood and I don't know, build a fire or something like that. Do man stuff.
They don't know the difference between poison ivy and poison oak. It's a wrap.
I had an ugly man that he blew my mind. He rejected me so smoothly, y'all.
Did he?
He told me, he said,
how he do it?
He told me, he said, I just can't have you at the price that you're going for. I'm just not willing to do what it takes to be with you.
Damn. He did it like...
I almost cried. I was like, at the price I'm going for, he just rejected me just so smooth.
So basically, things broke.
Wow.
He said he wasn't willing to do what it took to keep me going, to keep up with me.
So what was your response, Kiona? Like when he said, you know, I can't afford the price you asking for, or I can't pay the price.
I felt rejected. I felt like a fatherless child. I felt all kind of unnecessary emotions until he said, you know, he had changed the subject, and he was like, he failed to lick his boxers, and that ran me off. That's what ran me off.
Wait. Hold up. What you say? Say that again.
He was saying that he was so large that he fell through the leg of his boxers, and that's what got me out of his face. Because I was still willing to be the pick-me chick, like, oh, don't worry about that, you know, because the rejection was kind of smooth. But what really just got me on down the road is when he said he fell through the leg of his boxers. I'm like, I can't do nothing with that. So yeah, we good.
Oh yeah, you don't want nobody mashing up your stuff, and then you need surgery, a facelift on your shit. Lord.
So yeah, he rejected me.
Yeah, you don't want nobody messing up, you know, especially if they ain't gonna marry you. Listen, you don't want nobody messing up your coochie for anybody else after him. If it's just a stop. A pit stop, a truck stop. Nah, you can't be getting somebody gonna do all that damage. So I understand that.
But why do ugly men always got that chipped front tooth?
Thank you now.
Are you talking about the video I sent you guys earlier about Ready to Love? That guy?
That too, and more stories to come.
How did you guys feel about that? Do you feel like because we were talking about in the show in general, they were talking about Tressa and Vernisha being the thicker girls on the show. And the ladies were saying that they should have casted more men that were attracted to that body type, while the men on the panel were saying that, you know, generally women of that body type are going to have slimmer pickings or whatever the case may be. Yeah. How did you guys feel about that? Did you feel like, you know, you feel like there was some truth to what he was saying, or do you feel like he was just full of crap and pushing like manosphere type-ish stuff?
First of all, he shouldn't have been talking at all with his mouth looking like that. We should have been just hearing his voice only. But Tressa and Vernice got a big, you know, cellulite butt. And Tressa, she was already, they didn't cast no man for her. She came with a homegirl feel. She didn't have any sex appeal. You know, it was nothing that was drawing these men to her. And the cast looked rushed to me.
Somebody getting coins? What's all that trying?
I'm sorry. That's my Ring doorbell, y'all.
Oh. So it was your Cashapp ringtone.
Well, you know what? Maybe I should drop my Cashapp.
That part. Let me drop mine, honey.
Y'all can? Drop all of it.
Drop the trash up.
Fox Soul need to go ahead and do us a show too. We need to, get Viv and we could turn up. We need a
Thank
show.
you.
Hello.
Salkis, when are the hello and well-appointed t-shirts coming?
I've been working with these designers and the communication thing, but it's coming. I have to basically build it out myself. That's why it's taking so long, because they're not getting my vision. So, but it's coming. It's coming. We need the well-appointed. We need being a girlfriend is a scam. Y'all who here for the first
Hamburger.
Yeah, and hamburger. That's right. Hamburger and cheese. That's right. So y'all here for the first time. This is our philosophy here. We not about giving free likes, giving free love out here. We understand the exchange principle. We are very well aware of the exchange principle, and we are well aware of how value is interpreted for ourselves and how we should secure ourselves so that we're getting something out of these so-called relationships. And being a girlfriend is not a status. It is you wasting time pretty much, and him wasting your time pretty much. So you don't take men who are just your boyfriend seriously until he's talking ring talk, commitment, marriage, and that sort of thing. Take everything he says through one ear and out the other. That's pretty much what it is, because you are still a free agent. If he doesn't want you exclusively, he's telling you that you are a free agent in so many words. And, sometimes they act like, they got you on lockdown, but that's all smoke and mirrors here. Because unless he's taking a risk, a real risk, or in black and white, it ain't real. It ain't real. Y'all get your tools, ugctools.com. Get your ebooks so that you can get right with this thing. Do we have someone else?
I remember even before UGC, I used to say I am what I post on my tax return.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because
UGC, I'm not a picky chick no more.
Single.
That part.
Married. Head of household.
I mean, those are the only choices you got. Whatever you fill out on a job application, passport application, even your death certificate. You ain't gonna have girlfriend on your death certificate. You ain't gonna have your girlfriend ain't gonna be on no birth certificate neither. Mm-hmm. You're either wife or you're not. Listen, either wife.
Is there someone joining the show?
Who?
Is there someone else in the stream, or is it just the four of us?
It's just the four of us. I'm seeing Kiona twice. I don't know why.
And the likes looking kind of crazy because we got 96 likes and 164 people in this chat room. That's why I keep looking away from the camera. Hit the like button.
Right.
Come on, y'all. But with UGC, it's a movement because a lot of us women, we grew up in the church and we got bad advice from women. I mean, a lot of us, including me, were pick-me chicks because they didn't know any better.
Facts.
Come and get this good game, y'all. This right here is a sisterhood, but we really get down to it because Salkis gives us the behind the scenes, the under the crevice, the DNA to the whatever. Get with it.
Come and get it.
Get with it.
Come and get this tea, man. Come and get this.
Thank you, Rachel.
My love potion.
Girl, don't talk about that.
Oh, yeah, the love potion. I don't promote that enough, but y'all need to go on and get your potion.
Y'all think it's a game.
Get your UGC equipment, y'all. There's something in it for everybody at every level.
Honey, I wore that love potion down to the store and walked out with free groceries, and it wasn't a 5-finger discount. I thank you, Salkis.
Rachel,
you make that in gallons.
Rachel said she bought a book. Which book did you buy, Rachel?
Yes, honey.
I'm curious to know.
Thank you for supporting.
We need 61 more likes. We at 105.
Antoinette said, "I'm an old pick-me-sha. I'm glad you're over it." I'm glad you're over it. So, Sonny, what was the story? You said you had another. Was it an ugly man story or a fat man story? What was it?
Both, because he was fat and ugly. So I was dating one of our armed forces Men, hey boo. Mm-hmm.
Which branch? Army, Navy,
Marine, second commander, and he was 6'2" and everything. He was well built, but when it was time to perform, it was like, you ever seen those fun size sneakers that they give to the kids?
The what?
You know, the fun size sneakers. Yeah, Kiki. Yes. And I'm like, God, I'm like, why I keep manifesting? It's like, okay.
Wait, you gotta explain to me. Fun size sneakers they give to kids.
She's saying he got a small penis.
You know, when it's Halloween, real small, like childlike. Like I'm like,
oh, like the fun size candy they pass out for Halloween instead of
she's saying his penis was small.
Lord have mercy. It was that small?
Yeah, and I'm like, but you 6'2" and you in the armed forces. Is it in the medicine or this how you build? Is this what? Why are you manifesting this crap? And I'm like, you know, from now on, I'm gonna be specific in my prayers and manifestations. It was bad, and I'm like, and his teeth, girl.
Oh Lord.
Wait, that is one thing I don't do. Teeth.
Hammer and a chisel cell, because I mean, you had the.
Ooh, mercy.
I said, what the
heck? What's worse than teeth is breath.
Girl, we're not gonna talk about that
breath. I can't do that.
Oh, this was before UGC, so you know I was blind like a bat, child, like a deer in headlights. It's like it was bad. It was bad. And he was the one.
So what was that? So did you actually like copulate?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, that's why I was telling Goddess, don't be talking about you want kids now. Because I was talking about I wanted some kids, and here he coming. I'm like, damn.
Wait a minute. He the one clipped you? The tiny
out of all the men, he the one that clipped me.
Whoa,
well, at least he got benefits, so it ain't all that bad, you know.
It wasn't, but I'm like, if you coming to perform on the stage, I need a mic. You know,
perform on the stage.
But them little ones always knock you up. Them little ones.
You have a mic. I think I do have
a mic.
Look, I want to speak into the mic, but not speaking to the mic. Speak.
Yeah. You don't want to whisper.
I don't want you to be no. I'm like, I mean, come on. I mean, I know you can't change it. Well, there's surgeries. Remember that video in the chat in the catacombs? Y'all need to sign up. That video with the guy trying to get it, you know. Yeah. But I was like, you got all this mouth with dirty Jordans with that, and you got the nerve to shame me? No, fam.
Yeah. You have to humiliate these people. When these men start trying to shame, you got to cut them off at the jugular and just whip it back on them. No, don't let them even finish the sentence, man. Before they start, you know, all this you ain't and you ain't. Hold on, dude. This whole setup is a charity case. Before you even go any further, understand that I'm here doing the Lord's work. The Lord's work.
I'm here doing the Lord's work.
Delivering souls, honey.
Rachel said she bought the Ugly Girl Survivor Guide.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
We love that book.
Ugly Girl Survival Guide to survive this zoo called society.
That's now the other ebook that I'll suggest is the one How Not to Give a F. Salkis is going to be New York Times bestseller. I read that thing daily, and I'm not going to lie about it. I have the evidence here, baby, right here. Okay.
She got the printouts and everything. I love it.
I'm printing it out. I'm putting it in plastic, and I'm going to give it to the women in my family, to the young girls, because we got to save the next generation. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's something in the water, something in the stimulus checks. I don't know. It's something in the air that's just breathing BS, and now these men are going crazy.
Yeah,
they're
frustrated.
They've been crazy. They've been crazy.
Yeah, but they're frustrated. It's you know, times are headed to a place where, you know, women are finally realizing no matter how good you look or how nice you are, that, you know, your results are going to be what they are.
Yeah.
And now we're like, okay, we need you to show for something now. Okay, we're not in our teens or 20s where buying a piece of pizza and for some of y'all smoking weed was enough. Now we need licenses and deeds and we need you to sign your name on the dotted line. And, they're not really wanting to do that. So are able to provide on the level of the woman that they want. That's really what it comes down to, right? So either they're trying to bargain shop by convincing women to lower their standards and self-esteem, or they're going to these foreign countries where the exchange rate makes them feel okay, like they're doing something, or whatever the case may be. But what it really is male desperation, actually. All this complaining and all this, you need to be this, when they clearly aren't what they even trying to be, or trying to have you to be, is because they're desperate and concerned that they won't be able to have the kind of woman that they want. And that's what it is.
Wait a minute.
Even with the woman that they claim to want, the thing is, these women can't keep these men's attention because these women are boring.
Yes, they are.
When you have the mind.
Dudes on this side, you got to get you an ugly girl and stop playing around. If you want an exciting life.
Yeah.
Exciting life. Okay.
We're the table. We know how to build and, cut trees down, make tables, drop them.
No, we don't. No,
I
don't. I'm not to cut no tree down. I'm gonna stand down there.
I mean, get you an ugly girl. I have a story.
Wait. So ain't Miss Sunny, right? Hold on. Pause.
I'm sorry.
I ain't cut down no tree.
We ugly girls. We got skills, Kiki. We got other skills. We know how to knit, and we don't. We order them.
We sewing clothes and all that stuff.
We're ugly girls, okay. I used to work at this restaurant, and I seen this dude come in with this really good looking girl, light skinned, pretty like goddess. Well, goddess say she ain't pretty, she ugly. This man, they were on a date. Guess what he did? They shared a 2-piece chicken box with red bean and rice and a drink. And if I'm lying, somebody come in the comments, because you know where I was working at.
Popeyes.
Thank you. Okay, I love my job, honey. A 2-piece biscuit with red bean and rice and a drink. 2 grown ass folks. It ain't monetized. We pulled up in the Mercedes Benz and came to Popeye. And I'm like, they're on a date. I'm like, well, why the hell are they sharing a 2-piece?
Yeah.
Because that's how in the gutter, like I had a male associate, not friend now, associate, used to work at the same place. He told me that immediately after him and his girlfriend broke up or whatever, they were engaged, she decided for whatever reason to not work on the relationship, so he broke up with her. He said he went on Tinder and had a girl come over. I think it's been a while, but had a girl come over and she had sex with him, and he gave her like $20 for Uber, and that was it. Wow. So if men are able to not even take you on a date anymore, you can literally go on the apps and a girl will come over, chill with you, have sex, and leave. Then what is the incentive for them to even try? That's why a lot of them try us, because a lot of women, their experience in the past, a woman has allowed it.
So I wish you quit saying woman, because that's not what women do.
Plummeted. The sexual market value of the vagina is, you can get it at flea market prices now.
Hold on, let me Google search.
A female, y'all, not a woman.
Preeminent said, "Hey, Salkis, I'll never date fat again because it's never good. They stink."
Well, we weren't lying. We weren't being messy. We just experienced, just saying.
So that's the one thing the advantage of fluffy girl as opposed to a fluffy boy is that, women still have a monopoly on the hygiene. The fat dudes, they struggle with it. They struggle with it.
I've seen fat men that smell good, but I just wasn't attracted to them.
Salkis, click on Bucky's comment. I want you to read that one.
Can you really blame us? Dating apps and social media in general have made pussy available in abundance. Ooh, what y'all think about that? 2 for 1 step.
And this is where I go back to when your poll about character and stuff like that. And because this is the thing, right? If men are such a great character, he would have been like, no, let's actually go on an actual date, because I actually want to get to know you and I want to respect you. But no, they never reach for that. They look to, well, she giving it up, so I'm gonna take it, right? So that's why I say men's character or questionable.
So where does character fall in? That's the point. There is no such thing as good character when you're talking about men, because if the opportunity to take advantage of you presents itself, he will oblige. He will not say,
Yeah.
I don't know you enough. I'm really not interested in you. So let me be honest about that. Very few of them are really coming clean and above board and just being fair, honest, which is supposedly this good character thing. If he can take advantage, and this is whether he likes you or not, he's looking to take advantage of you. If he thinks you're attractive or not, he's still looking to take advantage of you and get you hooked in emotionally. This is the stuff we talk about in the catacombs. So we're not under any impression of, there's such a thing as, he's looking beyond the surface or beyond his own selfish initiatives, because men are looking to be satisfied. That's why they're in your face. So we in turn, we got all this other convoluted outside of take care of me, provide for me. We want him to be a nice person and other stuff that can't be quantified. And he's very exact and direct, matter of fact, very physical, very material about what he's looking for. And why we lose is that we around the world, what we want. To the point
Quick question.
where, yeah.
So we get rejected by a guy, right? Or let's say he doesn't reject us. He's one of those on and off type of men.
Okay.
Please tell the non-UGC how to make them pay. On again, off again.
Nobody how to make nobody pay out here. They'll have to get in the catacombs and we'll discuss that there. That ain't here. That ain't the topic here.
Okay.
That kind of. You have to, but I will say this: your self-esteem is the foundation for anything that you acquire. If you do not feel good about who you are and about what you want, your results are going to be unpredictable and very, very scattered and very inconsistent. And you're going to be used. So it's a sell or be sold kind of world that we live in. And a lot of women are being sold dreams. They're being sold love only when you mention money. Y'all notice that? Anytime you mention wanting an exchange, wanting to be cared for, that is the only time these men bring up the topic of love. To try to curtail you and blindside you and put virtue in front of materialism, when that's not how they operate. When it doesn't matter how good you are as a person, they want the size of your butt to be a certain size. That's the point of the thing. So if we still talk about the virtuosity of relationships, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. So getting money is really about leaving all that spirituality for you and your pastor or your mother to discuss. You don't discuss that with a man who wants to dig inside your surface. That's another discussion. And you don't meld the two.
Join the catacombs.
The problem with women is that we're merging everything together. When men compartmentalize everything, his love for you is separate from his respect for you. Hello? This is why they reason out how they can cheat on you, hurt your feelings, and still claim to love you. Because they have separated the two. I mean, we merge everything together like fools. Like fools out here. Fools. And we need to stop. That's what we need to stop. So come in the catacombs, come in the Patreon, and get this tea. Get you some mental level up so you can finally live at peace with who you are and your expectations and your desires and what you want to experience in this life before you die. Because you're entitled to say what that is. These men are not entitled to dictate your faith. You dictate your faith based on what you agree with and what you do. Those are the two things that determine what your outcome and what your experience will be in this life. Men who have opinions have nothing to do with it. Everyone has an opinion about what you're supposed to want, but that has nothing to do with it. But you convince yourself that an opinion dictates your fate. Well, he says I'm unattractive or I'm overweight, so I can't have this. So now that's my fate. This is what a lot of you have. You have married yourself to the opinionations of men. And like they love you. Like they really love you. Hello? That's a whole nother thing right there. The love thing.
If you had sex with what does it say? If you had sex with 10 men, 9 didn't want you, And it's being generous.
And I'm being generous. I'm being generous there. If you have had sex with 10 men, 9 of them didn't like you. 9 of them were playing around in your cervix. 9 of them. And that is still a generous number. That's still me being generous. So in all likelihood, every man you've been with has just, you've been a toy for. Everyone that you've been with. Because we're not choosing with ourselves in mind first. We want to impress him. The moment you talk on the phone, you're worried about what he thinks of you. Instead of wondering what he wants to do with you. You're worried about what he thinks of you. That's the wrong order of operations. That's the wrong order of operations. Because every pretty woman knows that men can handle abuse. Mm-hmm. They can handle you telling them to their face, I don't like the way you look, I don't like the way you smell, I don't like the way you talk. So, we going out next week. That'd be the next thing they say after that. They bypass all of that. You insult them and they're still calling you. So so then what is it? Is it about them really being objective? Hell no. That's why MGTOW exists. Because women have scammed them, women have pretended to like them, and they still go after those same kind of women. Get you an ugly girl.
Thank you.
That's right. All I get on that. Get you an ugly
and
girl.
Get in the catacombs for the women because we've divested from beauty.
Confer real degrees. But all right, ladies, I have to go. It's been fun joining you guys.
Thank
you. Bye. Get your catacombs.
Bye. Get your UDC tools now.
Yes, get your UDC tools. We'll see you later, goddess.
All right, bye.
Nikki says Black guys on the apps ask for house dates. White guys at least take you on dates. What y'all think of that?
I never dated a white guy.
You said
a man is a man.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Okay. So white boys
Brad will dog you out and they don't because because Brad will try to meet you at Starbucks.
Let me get my venti caramel frappuccino. I guess.
Okay. So they be low balling too. It don't matter what race. These days, men in general are trying to low ball on the dates.
Yeah, that's what they do. Hispanics, Indians, yeah, pretty much. That's all they do.
Wow. We living in a trying time right now. Coochie rates are just rock bottom now, man. The coochie rates are rock bottom.
It is. Women, I mean, we got to get some sense. That's why, ladies, whoever's in the catacombs, like in the chat, like, join the Ugly Girls Club because a lot of y'all gonna get scammed. And like Salkis say, some of y'all gonna be in the same place this year, next year, and the year after that, and the year after that.
There you go. And that's it. That's it, and that's all, y'all. So listen, I think we need to wrap it up for now. We done gave them an hour and a half of our sugary goodness.
Yeah, we need some more likes though.
Yeah. The likes got to get up. Cashapp pinging and all that kind of stuff, and join the Patreon. Stop playing around. Join the Patreon page. You can come in there and ask me questions. I will respond back to you. Comment on things. There's exclusive content there that's not on the website or anywhere else. So you need to go on there, sign up, join.
Oh wait.
What'd you say, Kim?
Before we go, I'm sorry to interrupt. Please forgive me, but the lead attorney, could you please click on his comment?
Who's the lead? How much does a man spend on a date? Oh, what do y'all think, y'all? I don't know. Is there a dollar amount? Like, do y'all have like a dollar amount in your head?
I have a dollar amount that I won't exceed.
What's the dollar? What's the dollar amount you won't exceed?
Like $150 because that's put out money.
Wait, that's have sex money if it's more than that?
If it's more than that, he's gonna be looking for some pom pom and
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's like Olive Garden, Outback Steakhouse, anywhere except for McDonald's, like 100 to 150 is the max. So
that's so are we stating for the record that is baseline? That's pretty much respectable rate, 100, 150?
Yeah, because
For
even
me,
though
I'm not trying to put out, so I don't want to spend the rest of the evening explaining to him why I got to get up so early in the morning because he's trying to come in.
that part. Because I really got my cousin staked out on the other side of the restaurant anyway, watching us. And that car, and you see me pulled up in, really wasn't my car. I got to turn it back into Enterprise. You know, I'm with Kiana. I ain't putting out nothing. I got to pay to go incognito and all that. No, safety first.
So are we okay with some KFC at the park and that kind of?
Don't be extreme, because now we still want to be able to.
No. So nothing that cheap. Nothing that cheap.
We could do Benihana's. We could do, a 3-star restaurant. But it's just when you start to do the white landings and you start to get up in the 150 and above, that's put out. We can do Roof Chris. We can do Roof's Chris. We can do that. But let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we advising women not to encourage a very expensive date because then it creates obligations?
Yeah, because he's gonna want some. I mean, this man sit down and the tab, because you can't go to restaurants where the tab can be $7.50.
Yeah.
On your first date, how are you good nighting that?
Well, you ain't obligated to do nothing really. Whatever he spend is, that's his business. That's his excitement level, his interest, his enthusiasm, he spent a little more. You ain't obligated to go, well, I owe you.
No, you're not obligated, but with it being an ugly girl, we don't encourage that type of thing because I can't disclose it, but you just don't have access to us like that. And I don't want to give you a false narrative for you to think that you can impress me with an expensive dinner and then we're going to do it. Because I'm already ugly. I'm already fat. I'm already being judged. So you spend this type of money on me, now you want to hit my no.
And that's true.
From the bank.
That's true because go ahead, Keon. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
It's just like I was looking at some posts on YouTube and about these men, they'll go on dates with these girls and they go want to run down through the receipt. And I'm like, fam, I mean, if we're dating, you're trying to get to know me as a person, whether if you like me or if you see a future with me. If we're already, you put the receipt, well, you ate this, you ate that, this is your half. No, fam, that's why 150 is the cap because men out here are super petty. And to be honest with you, if you know you have been possessed with the spirit of pettiness and you know that your money, something wrong with your money,
lose him.
The spirit of pettiness. How the hell you gonna? Well, you ate that for $24.99. Then you had a margarita and this, that, and the third, and you took a bite of my food. You at least got to pay half. I'm like, what? I went to buy.
Food doesn't mean that you owe him anything. However, you don't want to put yourself in a position to get raped either. You sit down with a man. It's understood. I was reading a comment. It's understood what it is. You don't have to feel obligated. No, but you sit down and this man spend $300, $750. Come on. It's like women going on dates with men out the country and say, I wasn't expecting to have sex. So why are you in board with this man?
Flued out.
She want to get flued out. Rachel says, go for lunch dates, avoid dinner dates. Most end up at someone's house. What do y'all think about that?
I agree.
I agree. Daylight.
Yeah. That's one of the things I've always advised women to do is don't see a man at shadow hours at night. In the beginning, it's always either breakfast, brunch, lunch. After that, you're unavailable. You're unavailable because that's the intimate time. That is the it gets real personal at night. And if you want to avoid it and keep everything respectful and not line infringement going on, then you keep the date, towards the upper waking hours, the daylight hours, and then he can earn the nighttime access to you because.
May I add one more thing before you dismiss us?
Yes.
Another thing that bothers me, and I don't know if this is the pick me part that's coming back up or if it's UGC, I don't know, but I'm gonna say it. I don't like it when us women require a man to do more for us than we're willing to do for ourselves.
Okay.
If you don't normally order a Porter Steakhouse, a porterhouse steak, don't sit your tail down and try to order this because you in the presence of this man. Don't.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So what is it about that you think is just
It's
contrived?
fake.
It's
It's
fake.
fake. It's like
Okay.
it's fake. Like a guy says to me.
To be high value, is that what you mean?
Yeah,
would-
like a girl, like one girl said to me, like, you're not supposed to finish your food. You're supposed to get a salad. Unless my salad is coming with a steak, which is what I normally eat, I'm not just
Yeah.
gonna just be ordering no salad because I'm being fake. So if you know that you order a quesadilla, get that. Be you.
Okay. So what about those who want to give off, the high value thing, that I'm not cheap, I'm not low effort, because there's an assumption, especially with unattractive women, that you don't have to do much of anything. We just happy that you giving us a shot. We're a squirrel trying to get a nut out here. So for her to want the most expensive food or whatever it is, do you think, is she shooting herself in the foot because
Yes.
she's trying to present, an air about her of value?
Yes, because for one, I can't disclose it because I'm UGC, but we don't move like that. When a man steps into our presence, him buying us an expensive meal is not predicated upon him caring about us.
Okay.
Because I need that in my pocket, so I can feel it. We need tangibles. So I can't feel that he cares about me from an expensive dinner, but I can feel that he's gonna want to hump me.
You say
So
what now?
I can feel that he's gonna want to hump me with an expensive meal, but I can't tell that he likes me from an expensive meal. What he does monetarily for me outside of that is what's going to determine how he feels about me in my eyes.
Okay.
But if I order a steak and lobster, I can afford to do so, and I'm not doing it because I'm trying to prove to him over some dinner because he's trying to get some poom poom. Hey, body culinary.
Hey, body, yada, yada.
In the house. Let me unmute her for. Hey, buddy.
Oh.
Kind of choppy there.
You go, people.
Uh-oh. Your audio is real choppy, buddy. I don't know what's going on with the audio. Hello?
Well, I'm like a bank. If you don't put nothing in me, I have no interest for you. It's simple as that. I am done. I'm done with charity work. I don't quit that job for a long time. I'm done. I'm a UGC girl. UGC for life. I'm done.
And that's it, and that's all. That's it, and that's all. Body culinary, is your audio right? Hello? Can she hear me?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Okay. Maybe not. So Body, can you hear?
Let's see.
I can hear you. I can hear you now. You there? I'm trying to get it together. Hello?
I don't know if you all can hear me. But
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Uh-oh, it got cut off. All right. So listen, we got to do a part. I guess we got to do a part 2 of this. This show had me. Lord have mercy. Y'all, UGC is live and in living color. We are enjoying who we are. We are enjoying our lives. We are not editing and scripting ourselves to, for people's comfort anymore. That's not what we're doing. And we are enjoying our lives in the process. And if you want to learn how to do this and you want to be in a safe space where you can confer degrees in the catacombs with us to get there, then you do that. Then we welcome you. Go to the uglygirlsclub.com, become a member of our private group coaching, or join us on Patreon. You can join us on Patreon too, because we have exclusive content on there as well that you will enjoy. Life-changing stuff. At the bottom of this video, you'll see 3 ebooks, the link to 3 of the 4 ebooks that I mentioned. And when you click on any of them, you'll go to the ugctools.com store, and you see all 4 books there. If any of you are just getting your feet wet, I invite you to get those tools, to get you well acquainted with what we're doing here and the benefits of calling yourself an ugly girl. I know it's weird, it's crazy, and it's never been done before, but that's why it works. That's why. Why do you want to close us out? We get ready to go. You came on the
Greetings, greetings. I just saw you on live, so I had to send you a shout
Greetings.
out. Yeah, I was just saying this. I don't know. I just found something really exciting for, I don't know, maybe the other girls out there might be able to relate. So anyway, have you heard of cottagecore?
No, what is that?
So cottagecore, it's an aesthetic that is very like flowery, kind of like it's very feminine, kind of like you've been out at the country, very flowery type dresses and stuff like that. And
Okay.
so now, I think we might have mentioned it the other day just briefly, but there's like a movement now. It's a movement, so-called new movement or a trend, and now there are more Black women, getting into cottagecore. So
Okay.
actually, when I was researching it, and when I came across, I was like, oh my gosh, it totally like resonates. I was like, it's an aesthetic that I love. Like my sister's like, why are you always buying flowers? So I'm always like to be around flowers and flowery things. My sister teases me and says, oh, you're too girly and this and that. And I was playing with a little hairstyle today, my little hairstyle.
Looking very cute.
You're looking cute.
Thank you.
Very, very youthful.
Thank you. But here's the thing that I realized with this
She
little
got her
box.
titties out. I see you.
The breast. So yeah, all natural. But here's the thing that's so interesting. I realized like I had a light bulb moment with these flowers in this hair. I said, oh my, it's not the first time, but it like hit me. Oh my gosh, our femininity has been friggin' co-opted. Like just because the aesthetic is very relaxed, it's very flowery. And I realized when you don't feel safe in your environment, and when you feel like you're constantly having to work 2 and 3 jobs, and the aesthetic and all the movies and the comedy is that we're mule and we strong and we strong and we strong. And I'm thinking like, that's not like relaxed. That's not, pink. And, I was like, oh my gosh, we haven't been allowed to relax and try femininity. And also, I've noticed that many young women are angry at being feminine because a lot of times as a young woman, that meant you can be violated or taken advantage of. So, and also like this is all related, like in my hair, there's always been this tendency when you're younger to slick it. Like my homegirl, you saw the slightest little bit of your new growth, you had to go get the cheapest perm and slap that sucker down so it couldn't be seen. Like you had basically a mini struggle ponytail, and you were still trying to like torture yourself. And I have made like a conscious effort to like embrace what's coming out of my head. So I was like, no, we're not. This is a meditation. We're not slicking.
So speaking of embracing, we was talking about the topic of dating fat men. Would you date a fat man?
I would say this more so than fat, because as a trainer, I think of it more in terms of adipose tissue, because that's not who somebody is. Like my grandma, I didn't think of her as fat. I was like, she's just grandma. So I'm more concerned about the person being responsible for their health. I think, and that's a core value for me. So when it comes to health, it's really about somebody being responsible for their health. If someone isn't responsible, it takes a financial hit, a psychological hit on the rest of the family. So I would also say I'm more open to different men if they have character and other qualities, and if that's something they're working on. But if somebody is just not responsible with their health, that is a very, very important value, because I've watched several generations of my family been taken out from food addiction, substance abuse. So at one time I went out with a fantastic man, really beautiful man. And then at this point, I kind of like, we were going to the movies and he went to hold my hand, and I kind of just automatically like jerked my hand back, because back then I was turned off. And I turned out a lot of he was a fantastic guy. When I look back, I turned down a lot of fantastic men. So I think it's like, if he has no sense of responsibility, if somebody's responsible, I think it will spill over into their health, because especially as we mature, women were nurturers. I'm somebody that would help take care of somebody, but I don't want to push you around in a wheelchair on no cruise ship. You know what I'm saying?
So is your answer nobody or yes?
No, in general, no. But again, I think I make a distinction in my mind. Like one time I went and dated a man that was balding. Now, if he's healthy, it could be receding a bit. My eyes have changed. My eyes are more refined. Like I'm not as judgmental about somebody's hair, but health is a core value if that makes sense. So I don't think all of a person who they are is just I'm this fat person. I think that's like we have a lot of shame. It doesn't even feel right when I say it. My grandmother, she had a lot of adipose fatty tissue, but I can recognize she was under a lot of stress. So a responsible person is going to address those things. I might
What
be
is
open in
adipose
general.
fatty tissue for the folks that don't know?
Adipose tissue is is excess food and waste that's stored on your body, right? So I make that distinction because it's not all of who you are. So if that person, now I don't have an illusion they're going to change for me. I'm not there. I have the wisdom on it. If either somebody is taking that on or they're not, because that's very
So what if you have to lift
important.
his stomach up during sex?
No,
That's all I'm saying.
no. That's a no-go. That's slovenly. It's very it turns me off to be quite honest. And I can see some men complain about it, but I'm not gonna down somebody. They have to already be committed and working on that because it's unhealthy. And it's like also your blood flow is gonna be very poor. You'll most likely be impotent because you have poor blood flow to your reproductive organs.
Which
so
he
I'm
was.
somebody that's very conscientious of that, your cleanliness and all that. Hygiene for me is also internal in terms of what you're eating. So I don't want somebody, I'm spending all this time to invest in myself eating healthy and they're going to, deposit some very toxic male, say into my orifices. No. And have me breaking out and all kind of stuff because they eating trash. No. I spent too much money. No, you have to take care of that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Body. I think we're gonna bring it on home and bring it on close to that. You're nurturing.
That was a beautiful dissertation. I love
yeah, your nurturing energy just put a capstone on this pyramid because we were cutting up this whole time. But I liked how you just brought it home and self-love is the way. But it is. It really is. It really, really is. So I appreciate everyone for coming on the live. Please tell your girlfriends and your daughters or whoever is struggling with self-image issues, self-esteem issues because of how they look. They're too black, the nose too big, they're too big, or whatever it is, to come on over to this platform because I created this space for women like that. This is our home. This is our exclusive space. So she will be honored here. She will be respected here. There's no one over the other here. This is the first sisterhood that I've experienced that we all pretty much on equal footing, and we're all allowing ourselves to shine, to bring forth our expertise and what we're passionate about, and it's respected and it's appreciated. So come on over, theuglygirlsclub.com, y'all. This is where it's at. This is where it's.
I want to say one thing for all the men that are in the manosphere come to this channel. I would like to say this. Buy all of those books for your mother, your auntie, your sister, your daughter, because this is not the time for us to be complaining. Then help contribute to creating the type of woman that you would want to marry. You'd want your son to marry. Contribute to that. So this is something, instead of buying some junk food, treat the women in your life to a book. That's less than you buying some jewelry they're not going to wear, some clothes. Buy the women, gift them with this stuff. Don't wait for Christmas or their birthday. Gift them with the whole series of books. Give it to all the women because this is something that's comprehensive. If you come on this page and you got complaints or you have some feedback, show your love, demonstrate it, come out of your pockets, not very expensive, and invest so you can contribute to what you want to see.
In Autumn, I better see you Sunday because it's been 2 Sundays and I have not seen your face. Love you, UGC. See you all in the catacombs.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Thank you for everybody coming out, and I'll see y'all soon. Love.
Okay, peace.